Welcome to Sociology Vibes, where we simplify challenging ideas into easy to understand insights. Today, our focus is on the sociological explanation of the symbolic interaction theory on education. The symbolic interactionism theory is a micro-analysis theory of how a society works. An easy way of understanding this theory is to see it from a lens of the social construction of reality. Symbolic interactionist sociologists believe that a shared reality and meanings are created through the use of language. This use of verbal and nonverbal symbols and communication creates a world in which meanings are constantly changing and new ways of understanding social life emerge. Symbolic meanings are communicated verbally and nonverbally in schools. Symbolic interaction sociologists believe teacher-student and student-teacher and student-to-student interactions inside and outside of classrooms in schools influence student performance and self-identities. Direct and indirect messages are embedded in verbal and nonverbal communication, and this impacts academic performance and experiences. This is referred to as the self-fulfilling prophecy. Self-fulfilling prophecy happens when a teacher's expectations about a student actually influences how that student performs academically. In other words, the teacher believes a student is capable, they may give that student more attention, encouragement, and challenging work. Over time, the student starts to believe in their own ability and performs better, fulfilling the teacher's original expectation. Opposite happens when a teacher doesn't think a student is capable. Children who receive positive labels in school tend to like and do well in school, while children who receive negative labels tend to disengage from learning and are at risk for dropping out. Additionally, labels tend to stick and follow students, starting as early as kindergarten and as they progress through school. Teachers in the classroom communicate messages to students when they assign seating, color codes, or refer to groups by adjectives, calling only on certain students in the class, facial expressions, and feedback on assignments, among other activities. Additionally, student-to-teacher interactions shape teachers' perceptions of students. This includes classroom participation, behaviors, communication styles, and attitudes, including often raising their hand and asking questions. A student who is quiet, shy, or avoids eye contact might be interpreted as uninterested or unprepared, when in fact they may be just nervous or introverted. Teachers may view a student who turns in neat, organized work as more responsible or intelligent than a student who submits messy or late work, even if the ideas are equally strong. Student-to-student interactions also have a strong impact and include peer pressure, social comparisons, and group dynamics. Students might label one another as smart, troublemaker, or lazy, and these labels can influence how individuals behave and perform. A student who's constantly called smart might work harder to live up to that image, while someone labeled as slow may withdraw or stop trying. These labels are often influenced by the subtle cues that occur within the classroom. Students often adjust their behavior to fit in with friends or popular groups. For instance, if doing well in school is seen as uncool among peers, some students may purposely lower their effort to maintain social acceptance. Students constantly compare themselves to others' grades, abilities, and social status, and this can affect confidence and motivation. Being included or excluded from friendships and groups impacts participation and a sense of belonging. Students who feel accepted tend to engage more, while those who feel isolated may disengage from school activities. In summary, symbolic interaction sociologists point out the following patterns. Labels have power. Labels aren't just words. They include overt and subtle nonverbal communication and messaging. Labels are sticky, and they shape how students see themselves and each other. If you're told enough times that you're not college material, you might start believing it even when it's not true. A student can grow into their potential just because someone gives encouragement consistently. Everyday interactions shape identities. The messages students get from teachers, classmates, and school staff are not just about what is said, it's how it's said. Teacher might say "good job" with a warm smile to one student and barely look up when another one turns in their paper. The difference might seem small, go unnoticed in the beginning, yet over time, messages about who matters, who's smart, who's capable, who's not, take hold. This happens at work, in families, in social groups, and not just in classrooms. Constantly picking up on who we're seen and how we're seen. And we build our identities based on how we're seen. Education isn't just about learning the curriculum. Students are learning more than math or history. They're learning what kind of person they are or what kind of person they're told they are. Some people learn to speak up and take charge. Others learn to stay quiet and not make any waves. Those early experiences can follow people into their jobs, relationships, and social roles later in life. Understanding the symbolic interactionist view on education can help us make sense of some of our personal struggles by seeing them from the self-fulfilling prophecy lens. Start by examining the message you were taught to believe about yourself by reflecting on your memories in school. What messages did you receive from teachers? What was your assigned place in the classroom? Was school a fun and interesting place, or scary and intimidating? Did you experience feelings of inclusion or exclusion? Next, reflect on how you treated your peers, and include modeling teachers' behaviors or conforming to peer pressure. How did the way you spoke, or how did the way you looked at or reacted or interacted with some of your peers and friends shape how they saw themselves? And this makes sociology fascinating, don't you think? Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment below with your thoughts, questions, or any topics you'd like us to explore next. Let's keep the conversation going and our community growing. See you in the next Sociology Vibes video.